Hi, teacher.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Hello, hello. All right, let's wait just one more minute for the rest of the students to connect to our session. Let's give them just a couple of minutes. All right, guys, let's start. Hello. We are going to start today by checking the attendance first. All right, let's start with Karen.
Present, teacher.
All right, Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
All right. Sergio Gómez. Kiara Martínez. Jorge Moreno.
Present, teacher.
All right. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Right. Diego Olarte.
Present, teacher.
All right. Manuela Ortiz.
Present, teacher.
All right. Joan Pavón. Beatriz Pedraza.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Hamilton Peña.
Present, teacher.
All right. Xiomara Rincón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jessica Ríos. Jessica.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Catherine Rodríguez.
Present, miss.
All right. Marlon Sánchez. Mendy Santa.
Teacher present.
All right. Manuel Sepúlveda.
Present, teacher.
Okay. María Alejandra Vega.
Present, teacher.
All right. And Vanessa Zambrano. Not here yet. All right. Very good, guys. Thank you. We are going to start our lesson today. Let me open the presentation and I'll show you what we have for today. All right, so today, March 28th, we're going to start our class. Okay, Marlon, thank you. One more. And Vanessa, think also arrived. All right, very good. So today we are going to start with Unit 6. First, we're going to watch a short video and answer some questions about it. We will start our reading of practice on page 56, Unit 6. Then we will talk about the past perfect, review the use of past perfect, some practice, and then a speaking activity, writing and speaking activity called fact or fiction. Okay, so let's start immediately. Okay, Vanessa, thank you. We are going to watch a video about a movie, and then after we watch it, I want you to answer some questions. Right, just give me a second, please, to open the link for the video. Just a moment, guys, please. Sorry, guys, give me just a second. I had some problems here with YouTube. Where is the video? One moment. Okay, who connected? Maybe Sergio? Joan is here? No. Guys, please remember that punctuality is very important for the class. Once 15 minutes passed after the first hour, you will have one absence, okay? Siempre, chicos, recordemos la importancia de la puntualidad. Conmigo son 15 minutos después de que pase la primera hora, tendrán una ausencia, ¿ok? Entonces, recordemos siempre la clase empieza en punto y finalizamos 10 minutos antes, ¿ok? 9:50. Entonces, para que no se sorprendan si de pronto se conectan tarde y les aparece una ausencia, es por eso, ¿ok? Entonces, para que tengamos esto en cuenta. Okay, this is the video that I wanted to show you. I'm sure you have seen this movie. Let's take a look and then I will ask you some questions.
I only have a mother and you only have a father. You've never seen your mom, and I've never seen my dad. You have one old picture of your mom, and I have one old picture of my dad. But at least yours is probably a whole picture. Mine's a pathetic little thing all crinkled and ripped right down the middle, and... What are you rummaging in your trunk for?
Profe, está muy bajito.
No tiene más volumen. Creo que es por la película. No, ya está al 100 y 100 de acá también.
It's a picture of my mom, and it's ripped too. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. This is so freaky. Okay. On the count of 3, we'll show them to each other, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's my dad. That's my mom. That's the lunch bell. I'm not so hungry anymore. So if your mom is my mom and my dad is your dad and we're both born on October 11th, then you and I are like sisters. Sisters. Hallie, we're like twins. I just don't know what to say. What's that you're holding? My locket. I got it when I was born. It has an H on it. I got mine when I was born too, except mine has an A on it. Oh, now I've got goosebumps. My God, so I'm not an only child. I'm a twin. There's 2 of me. I mean, 2 of us. This is like mind-boggling. Totally. Completely. Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, guys. So tell me, have you seen this movie before?
Yes,
We did it.
teacher.
Yes. Mhm. It's called The Parent Trap. So this is a little related to the topic that we're going to read about. So tell me, guys, do you think this could happen in real life, or have you heard about a case similar to this happening in real life? Yes or no?
No.
No? And do you think this could happen in real life? Yes, Hamilton?
Teacher, I think that is that it is impossible to happen because the only one to that happen is their parents decide don't tell your children you had a sister or brother,
Mm-hmm.
and
All
that
right.
is unusual.
Yes, that can be unusual.
But it's not, if I am not wrong, maybe during the, I don't know how to say it in English, the Holocaust Nazi,
All
a
right.
similar case as
Yes.
two twins were separate for different families
All right.
when they
Maybe
was rescued
the
for Taliban in
oh
Germany.
they were rescued in Germany.
Yeah,
So
they
one
were
twin went
Judíos.
to one we say Jewish in English. So one went to one family and the other to a different family. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about, the beginning of Unit 6. Let's open the book on page 56. The unit is called True Stories, right? Historias verdaderas, true stories. And here we have a case called A Twist of Fate. Do you understand this title? A Twist of Fate? Fate?
Un juego del destino.
Yes, like Giro. Un giro del destino. A twist of fate. This is destino, fate. So you can see here we have two sisters. So we are going to, before we start reading, I want to share with you or discuss examples of, for the type of stories below. Here we have books, films, real life. So I have different categories, maybe crime stories or mysteries, science fiction or fantasy, human interest stories, romantic stories, ghost stories, biographies, anecdotes, adventure stories. So I'm going to give you a minute or two to think about examples about each type of story, either from books, movies, or real life. For example, for romantic stories, I can say maybe Pride and Prejudice. Have you heard about this book and about this movie? Orgullo y Prejuicio. Have you heard about it?
I have ever listened, but I don't know
Yes,
about it.
it's a book that was turned into a movie. So I want you to think about different examples for each type of a story. Crime, science fiction, human interest, romantic, ghost, fantasmas, biographies, anecdotes, adventure stories. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think, and then we will check as a group. Okay, human interest is like crónicas, right? Es un género periodístico. So human interest, in Spanish we say crónica. Okay, let's start checking there. So you can tell me or write on the chat some examples for each one. So for crime stories or mysteries. What examples do you have? Yes, Hamilton, Sherlock Holmes. Diego says Murder in the Orient Express. Karen says Dahmer. Yes, Jeffrey Dahmer. Jorge says Supernatural. Supernatural is a series, like a TV show.
Yes, teacher.
But is it fiction or real crime? So this is the difference,
It's
right?
fiction.
So when we talk about crime, well, mysteries also is fiction, so no problem. Here we talk about either fictional or real situations. For crime or mysteries, it can be real. For example, these like serial killers like Dahmer, and all of these are real cases, unfortunately, but some other stories are fictional, right? Now for science fiction or fantasy. Yes, Ted Bundy. For science fiction, Karen says Ex Machina. Ex Machina, yes. About like robots. Hamilton says What Happened to Monday. All right, this is also science fiction or fantasy. Halo, maybe Star Wars, right? This is especially science fiction. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, yeah, Marvel Universe, also like in here, Interstellar, Mockingjay. We have many examples in this category. Jurassic Park, all of this. All right, for human interest stories, what can you think of? About human interest stories. Any show maybe that you know about Chronicles? Okay, Vanessa says Hidden Talents. For example, I have a show in Colombia. Is called Los Informantes, and it's on Sunday, I think. Have you seen some of this? Yes, have you seen this show, this program, Los Informantes? In this case,
Yes.
is about human interest, refers to chronicles, to get people interested in a topic. Generalmente es como una crónica para interesar o crear conciencia en algún tema en específico, ¿no? Entonces sería como crónicas, human interest stories. Romantic stories. So what other examples do you have for romantic stories? Yes, Diego says Pirri, 15 years ago. For romantic, The Fault in Our Stars, Titanic, One Day, Meet Joe Black, Romeo and Juliet. Yes, Romeo and Juliet is more tragic than romantic. 500 Days with Summer, The Notebook. Yes, all of these movies are for romantic stories. Then we have ghost stories. Have you heard any ghost stories? The Conjuring, yes. Scooby-Doo. Hill House, yes, I've heard of this program, Hill House. Maybe some documentaries that talk about ghosts and spirits, all of this. Ghostbuster, yes, Canterville Ghost, all of this. For the X-Files, biographies. Have you heard about any famous biographies for famous people? Maybe books. Elon Musk. Who else?
Teacher, maybe The Pursuit of Happiness can be like a biography.
Movie?
Yes.
Yes, I would say it's about the story of this man. Yes, we can say biographical movies. Maybe. What's the name for this movie? Let me check.
Looking for the happiness, maybe.
Yeah, The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm thinking about what is this movie? I forgot. I remember. This is a movie. Have you seen this movie, The Imitation Game? Have you seen The Imitation Game?
Oh, yeah.
Is a movie about Alan Turing. He deciphered the German code during World War II. So it's very interesting. It's kind of biographical movie about Alan Turing. And well, biographies generally we find in books, right? It's more common. Okay, you have other examples on the chat. Very good. Anecdotes. I don't think this is very common, right? Marlon, Chernobyl, we talk about not biographies because it's not about a person. It's more like a documentary, historic documentary. Okay, Tonya. Anecdotes is not very common. And for adventure, we can include here Jurassic Park. For adventure, what else? Indiana Jones.
Miss, it's like Gulliver's
The
Travel.
Gulliver's Travels. Yes, Gulliver's Travel. And maybe for Discovery Channel, we can see some like documentaries about adventure, all of this. So Fast and Furious, yes, we can also say is about adventure. All right, so Pirates of the Caribbean as well. So I want you to think the first question that I asked, I think, Jorge, if this each story or type of story is fictional or true, all right? Or B, if they can be both. So for example, for crime stories or mysteries, we say that is both, right? Algunas historias de crimen o misterio son reales, basadas en la vida real, o de ficción. So you're going to write F for fictional, si son usualmente de ficción. T, si usualmente son verdaderas, historias reales. O B, si son ambas, ¿no? De ficción o de la vida real. Okay, I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes to complete that, and then we will check all together. All right, guys, let's check. Let's start checking. Maybe Beatriz for the second one, science fiction or fantasy. What did you put?
Fiction, teacher.
Yes,
Fiction.
of course, it's fictional. Diego, for next, human interest stories. What did you put? Diego?
Is true, teacher.
For, yeah, true stories, generally. Karen, for romantic stories. What do you think?
Teacher, I don't know.
About the stories, the movies that you have seen, Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, all of these movies, what do you think? Are they real, true, or fictional?
Fictional.
Yes, we would say most romantic stories are fictional. For next category, ghost stories.
Fiction, miss.
You think fictional?
Yes.
All right. Manuel, for biographies.
For biographies, I think most of them are true.
Yes, true. Manuela, for anecdotes, what do you think?
I think these are true.
Yes, anecdotes are generally true. And Vanessa, for the last, adventure stories, what do you think?
Teacher, I think what?
Yes, generally they are, I would say more fictional, but we can have some true adventure stories. So we can say both. All right, excellent, guys. So now that we have some context about stories, what is fiction, what is true, now we are going to read the article that we have in the book, and then we will answer the questions based on the article, right? Here that we have, real lives, a twist of fate. Let's start reading, and then we answer the questions. Don't worry, guys, about the gaps in the activity. First, we read and answer the questions, and then we complete the gaps. So let's start reading with maybe Maria, a twist of fate.
A twist of fate. When Tamara rallied with Adriana Scott at a local McDonald's restaurant, their life changed forever. I didn't know what to say except I was just so shocked. It was like seeing myself, says Adriana. They were both students at neighboring universities in Long Island, New York, and...
Okay, you can stop right there. They were students at neighboring universities in Long Island, New York. And please continue, Mandy. They shared
Teacher, the birthday.
Teacher, they shared a birthday. They were exactly the same age and both loved it up. But the most important thing they shared was the same Mexican mother. Both girls grew up knowing that.
Continue, but
but they have no idea that they have an identical twin.
That they have an identical twin. Please continue, Marlon. Then,
Then Justin Rator, a friend
mhm,
of Adriana's, went to Tamara 20 birthday party. When he walked inside Tamara, he couldn't believe his eyes. He was just shocked. Shocked. She
shocked.
looked shocked.
Mhm.
Okay. She looked so much like Adriana, says Justin. Then it got clearer. They had to be sisters, in fact, clearly mistaking her for someone else.
Mistaking her for someone else. Santiago, please continue. Following.
Following the birthday, Justin put the two girls in touch and they arranged the McDonald's meeting by email. As they came towards me, she was walking like me, talking like me, says Tamara. We have the same mannerings, the same interests, and got the same grades at school.
All right.
At
You can stop right there. Thank you. And the same grades at school as Adriana. Please continue, Xiomara. The girls.
Yes, teacher. The girls even discovered that as children of a really loud noise followed by a very quiet one, they had another sad factor in common a few years before they met.
Few years before they met. Jessica, please continue. Now the twins.
Now the twins are finishing their studies and they meet often. I feel she's my sister, but our relationship right now is more like friends. Says Tamara, she's optimistic and excited that their futures will be together. We will always have each other. We don't have any other brothers and sisters. We'll grow all together.
We'll grow old together. Very good. All right, guys. So let's answer the first question and then we check if you have doubts about vocabulary. What kind of a story is this? What do you think about the type of stories that we saw?
Maybe anecdotes, maybe.
Yes, we can say maybe it's an anecdote. And is this fiction or true, real life?
True.
Yes, we
Real.
can say it's true, real. Okay, very good, guys. So I'm going to give you some minutes to check the text again and answer the questions in point 2b. So we are going to answer. Where did Tamara and Adriana first meet? Why was their first meeting shocking? Who first realized, se dio cuenta, realized that they were sisters and when? Say 3 things that the girls had in common when they met. And what kind of relationship do they have now? ¿Qué tipo de relación tienen ahora? Okay, so let's have some time individually to read the text again and answer the questions. If you have questions about vocabulary, please let me know and we will solve them together. All right, guys, let me know when you are ready to check the answers so we can continue.
Teacher, what is mannerisms?
Yes,
Is it-
mannerisms in Spanish, we can say like, let me think, like, como los mismos maneras de hablar, de gestos, eso es como formas de comportarse o gestos, mannerisms. En español, ¿cómo diríamos?
Costumbres.
No, es como gestos, por ejemplo, entre hermanos, generalmente uno se da cuenta, ¿no? Tienen como los mismos gestos, las mismas expresiones, una forma de caminar similar. Esos se llaman los mannerisms, ¿ok?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Ujú.
Pero
All right, guys, ready? Let's start checking the answers. Let's begin with maybe Karen. The first question. Where did Tamara and Adriana first meet? Where?
They meet at the McDonald's.
Yes, they meet at a McDonald's restaurant. Very good. The second question for Hamilton. Why was their first meeting shocking? Hamilton. No? No answer? Maybe Catherine? Why was their first meeting shocking?
Miss,
Yes. Ahora sí te escucho,
she
antes no te
saw
había
her.
escuchado. Ujú. I couldn't hear you, no te escuché.
I can hear me, Miss.
Yes.
It was as if she saw herself, maybe.
Yes, it was as if she saw herself. This is why it was shocking. Maybe Manuela for the third. Who first realized that they were sisters? And when?
Katrina's friend and when in the 20 birthday party.
It was Adriana's friend is Justin, I think. Yes, Justin went to Tamara's 20th birthday party. Very good. Number 4, Sergio. Say 3 things that the girls had in common when they met. Sergio? Sergio is not here. Oh, okay, yes, he is. Tell me, Sergio, who or what 3 things the girls had in common when they met? You can write 3 things that they had in common when they met. Maybe here, right? So we can say they shared the birthday. They were exactly the same height. Tenían la misma altura. And they both loved hip hop. So these are the 3 things that they had in common at the beginning. They shared a birthday.
It's possible, teacher, to they same mannerings, they same interests, and they go the same grades at school?
Yes, but because the question is at first, like when they met, cuando se conocieron. Estas otras cosas fueron ya después. So the beginning was they shared the birthday, they had the same height, and they love hip hop. All right, and number 5, the last one, maybe Xiomara. What kind of relationship do they have now? Do the girls have now? What type of relationship?
Yes, teacher. A relationship right now is more like friends.
Yes, so their relationship right now is like more as friends, not so much like sisters, right? So here we have the answers. McDonald's, they looked so alike. It's like watching the same person. Justin, so we have things in common: possible appearance, height, love of hip hop, the way they walked, mannerisms. So yes, what Beatriz said, interests, schools, and the last one, they feel like sister, but the relationship is more like friends. All right, very good. So let's continue on the next part, page 57. We are about to listen so we can check and complete the information in the article. All right. So I'm going to play it for you, and then we are going to put these sentences A, B, C, D, or E in the correct part of the article. A. Tamara had already noticed that strangers on her university campus often smiled and said hello. B. Both of their adoptive fathers had died. C. They had grown up to only 30 kilometers apart. D. Their mother had given them up for adoption when they were born. And E. They had often had the same nightmare. So let's read one more time. Listen, pay attention, and put in the gaps A, B, C, D, or E to complete the text, all right?
Unit 6, Recording 1.
When Tamara Rabi met...
Can you hear correctly?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Unit 6, Recording 1.
When Tamara Rabi met Adriana Scott at a local McDonald's restaurant, their lives changed forever. I didn't know what to say except hi. I was just so shocked. It was like seeing myself, says Adriana. They were both students at neighboring universities in Long Island, New York, and they had grown up only 30 kilometers apart. They shared a birthday, they were exactly the same height, and both loved hip-hop. But the most important thing they shared was the same Mexican mother. Both girls grew up knowing that their mother had given them up for adoption when they were born, but they had no idea that they had an identical twin. Then Justin Latorre, a friend of Adriana's, went to Tamara's 20th birthday party. When he walked in and saw Tamara, he couldn't believe his eyes. I was just shocked. She looked so much like Adriana, says Justin. Then it got clearer. They had to be sisters. In fact, Tamara had already noticed that strangers on her university campus often smiled and said hello, clearly mistaking her for someone else. Following the birthday, Justin put the two girls in touch, and they arranged the McDonald's meeting by email. As she came towards me, she was walking like me, talking like me, says Tamara. We have the same mannerisms, the same interests, and got the same grades at school, adds Adriana. The girls even discovered that as children, they had often had the same nightmare of a really loud noise followed by a very quiet one. They had another sad factor in common. Both of their adoptive fathers had died a few years before they met. Now the twins are finishing their studies, and they meet often. I feel she's my sister, but our relationship right now is more like friends, says Tamara. She's optimistic and excited that their futures will be together. We will always have each other. We don't have any other brothers and sisters. We'll grow old together.
All right, guys, have you got all the answers?
Teacher, sorry, could you let me take a screenshot of the options? ABC.
Oh, teacher.
All right, we are going to listen one more time.
Thank you.
Unit 6, Recording 1.
When Tamara Rabi met Adriana Scott at a local McDonald's restaurant, their lives changed forever. I didn't know what to say except hi. I was just so shocked. It was like seeing myself, says Adriana. They were both students at neighboring universities in Long Island, New York, and they had grown up only 30 kilometers apart. They shared a birthday, they were exactly the same height, and both loved hip-hop. But the most important thing they shared was the same Mexican mother. Both girls grew up knowing that their mother had given them up for adoption when they were born, but they had no idea that they had an identical twin. Then Justin Latore, a friend of Adriana's, went to Tamara's 20th birthday party. When he walked in and saw Tamara, he couldn't believe his eyes. I was just shocked. She looked so much like Adriana, says Justin. Then it got clearer. They had to be sisters. In fact, Tamara had already noticed that strangers on her university campus often smiled and said hello, clearly mistaking her for someone else. Following the birthday, Justin put the two girls in touch and they arranged the McDonald's meeting by email. As she came towards me, she was walking like me, talking like me, says Tamara. We have the same mannerisms, the same interests, and got the same grades at school, adds Adriana. The girls even discovered that as children, they had often had the same nightmare of a really loud noise followed by a very quiet one. They had another sad factor in common. Both of their adoptive fathers had died a few years before they met. Now the twins are finishing their studies, and they meet often. I feel she's my sister, but our relationship right now is more like friends, says Tamara. She's optimistic and excited that their futures will be together. We will always have each other. We don't have any other brothers and sisters. We'll grow old together.
All right, let's check the answers. All right, for the first gap, number 1, what letter did you select?
C.
C. Number 1 is C. They had grown up only 30 kilometers apart. For gap number 2.
B.
D.
We have D. Their mother had given them up for adoption. Number 3, gap number 3.
A.
A.
A. Correct. Number 4.
E.
E. They had often the same nightmare. And number 5, we have
B.
Their fathers. So B. Their fathers had died. All right, very good. Okay, guys. So now after we did all the reading and the listening preparation, now we will check the grammatical part of the unit, which is the past perfect, right? So we have in the grammar box, we have 2 examples. Or in the sentence, we have 2 verb tenses. One is the past simple and the other one is the past perfect. Both of their adoptive fathers had died a few years before they met. So which one is the past perfect?
Had died.
Their father had died, yes. And which one is the past simple?
They met.
They meet.
Yes, the verb met, right? So that's what we're going to review today. Let's remember the use of past perfect versus past simple, okay? So we can take a look at page 147. All right, so in page 147, let's review very quickly the use of past perfect, okay? So as you already know, the structure is the verb, auxiliary verb had plus past participle. So I had done, she had done. For negative, you had not or hadn't done it. So auxiliary verb had plus not plus the past participle. And for questions, we use had at the beginning of the sentence. Had they done it? Give me just a second, guys. Sorry. I need to take some notes about the attendance. All right. So this is the structure. We already know it for the past perfect. So the uses of the past perfect are, this structure links one time in the past to another time further in the past. Puede ser un poco confuso, ¿no? El pasado perfecto conecta un punto del pasado con otro tiempo, con otro evento más adelante, pero que también está en el pasado, ¿no? Entonces es el pasado del pasado. When we got there, everyone had left. Entonces, cuando llegamos, ya todos se habían ido. El llegamos también está en el pasado, pero que todos se habían ido ocurrió antes, ¿no? Entonces, is the past of the past. When we got there, everyone had left. Okay? So please remember the differences between the present perfect and the past perfect. The present perfect is the past of the present. Ese tiempo que ya hemos visto, el presente perfecto es el pasado del presente. Podemos decir, she has been here twice before. Jane ha estado en Australia 2 veces antes. Estamos hablando del pasado, de algo que está en el presente y que puede ocurrir en el futuro, ¿no? This is the present perfect. On the other hand, the past perfect is the past of the past. It wasn't my first visit to Australia. I had been here twice before. No fue mi primera visita a Australia. Yo había estado aquí 2 veces antes, ¿no? Entonces, estamos hablando del pasado, past perfect, all right? So that is the main difference between the two, present or past perfect. All right? So don't get confused with one or the other. For the past perfect, we can use time words that we can also use with the present perfect. Let's take a look. We can use, we had been in Cairo for 2 months. Habíamos estado en el Cairo por 2 meses, for 2 months, or since August. Aquí también podemos usar el for y el since, for and since. I had already or just or recently passed my driving test. Yo recientemente había aprobado mi test de conducción. Okay. O it was the first, the second, the third time I had met her. Fue la primera o la segunda vez que la había visto. Okay. Que me la había encontrado. So this is, we can also use for and since, already, just, recently, for the first, the second, or the third time. All right? So if you have any questions, guys, please let me know while we are explaining. Also, we have some common phrases with past perfect is the use of by or by the time. Esta es muy común, ¿no? Para las 5 o para el momento en que había ocurrido algo. Entonces, by 5:30 everyone had left. Para las 5:30 ya todos se habían ido. O sea, todos se habían ido antes de esta hora, ¿no? By 5:30. O by the time we arrived, para el momento en que llegamos, the film had finished. La película había terminado. Entonces, la película terminó antes de que llegáramos. All right? This is very common in past perfect. By the time or by. Then we also have when, after, before, or as soon as. When I got up, the others had already left. Cuando me levanté, ya todos se habían ido. I had already left. O We did the washing up as soon as our guests had left. Nosotros hicimos la limpieza tan pronto como nuestros invitados se habían ido. All right? This is when, after, before, as soon as. Okay, clear so far?
Maybe, teacher, I practice.
Yes, this is about practice. So we already studied this before. Today is about reviewing and practicing a bit more. And also, to finish with the explanation, we're going to check some cases where past perfect is not necessary, but is optional, right? For example, when the sequence of events in the past is clear, cuando tenemos una secuencia de eventos en el pasado que es clara. Por ejemplo, I had a shower and went to bed. Yo tomé una ducha y me fui a la cama. Entonces, ahí ocurren los eventos uno tras de otro, es una secuencia clara. Ahí simplemente usamos pasado simple, ¿no? I had a shower and went to bed. When we use when with the past perfect, it means that the first action was finished when the second action happened. Entonces, recordemos, siempre que usamos el when, nos indica que esta acción ya había terminado cuando la segunda acción ocurrió. The game had finished when we arrived. El juego ya había terminado o había terminado cuando nosotros llegamos. So the action is finished. And as I mentioned before, when we have two actions happening at the same time, simultaneously, we use past simple. The game started when we arrived. Entonces, aquí vemos la diferencia clara entre uno y el otro. Si uso pasado perfecto, ya el juego había terminado cuando nosotros llegamos. Entonces, ya no había juego. Y acá, el juego empezó cuando nosotros llegamos. Entonces, fueron dos acciones simultáneas. Okay? So you see the clear difference between one or the other. Okay, so I know this can be a little complicated, a bit tricky, so we are going to do some practice. I have a game here, a bamboozle game. Remember, we have done it before. I will reveal the cards and you will tell me the sentence with the correct structure. No? So let me open the game. In the examples in the game, you will see some sentences. I'm going to show you one as example. So, one moment, please. Here, can you see the example? Here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, all right. So we have the sentence is, he asked me which animals I see in Africa. Entonces, en algunos ejemplos que van a ver en el juego, debemos usar los dos tiempos, ¿no? El pasado simple y el pasado perfecto. Estos siempre van se usan juntos muy frecuentemente. Entonces, aquí diríamos, él me preguntó, he asked me which animals I had seen in Africa. Él me preguntó cuáles animales yo había visto en África. Okay? So you have to tell me the correct form of the verb in each sentence. All right? Let's start the game. Okay. So we will have two groups today. Let me create the groups quickly. And let's start with group number 1. Jorge, select a number, please.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2.
We lost the match because we had practice. We hadn't practiced the days before.
Very good. We hadn't practiced the days before. Great. Let's continue with the second group. We have maybe Manuel. Choose a number, please.
Yes, teacher, number 8.
Number 8. Here.
She opened the box after she had found the key.
Very good. Group number 1, Vanessa.
Teacher 3.
Number 3. All right.
John had played the piano when he was a child, but it doesn't play now.
In this case, we don't use the past of the past. No, in this case, it's just past simple. John played the piano when he was a child, but he doesn't play now. Entonces, en este caso, no es necesario el past perfect. All right. Group 2. Maybe Natalia. Choose a number, please.
Six.
Number 6. Okay, there you have it.
Carly had washed the dishes when her mom came home.
All right, remember, it's a question.
Had Carly washed the dishes when her mom came home?
Yes, so the question goes, had at the beginning. Had Carly washed the dishes when her mom came home? Next, continue. Group number 1 is maybe Hamilton.
Teacher, 10.
10. There you have it.
What?
What? Can you repeat? Sorry.
What? Teacher, the question is, what has bot? No, what bot has done? Has done?
Okay, let's see. What had Bob done that he was kept in after school? ¿Qué había hecho Bob para que lo detuvieran en el colegio, ¿no? O en detención. Entonces la pregunta sería, what had Bob done? This is what you said? I don't remember. I think no.
No, it's incorrect for me.
All right. Thank you. Good. Next group, we go with Beatriz. Choose a number, please.
9, teacher.
9. Ooh, you have to give points to team number 1. So only 5. Only 5 points.
Okay.
Okay, Santiago, can you choose a number? for group number 1?
12.
12. Right.
Let me read. Before they moved to Liverpool, they have sold everything.
Repeat.
They had sold.
They had sold, yes.
They had sold
Everything, yes. Antes de mudarse a Liverpool, ellos habían vendido todo. Yes. All right. The next group, we go with Maria Alejandra, group 2.
Number 1.
Number 1.
After he worked very hard, he had no sé.
All right.
Very-
Let's see. First, this happened, ¿no? After he had worked very hard, después de que había trabajado mucho, muy duro, he fell ill. Él se enfermó. Right? This is the first action. What happened first? All right. Continue with another student, maybe Manuela, for group number 1.
Teacher, I say 11.
11.
Yep.
Oh, the other team wins 5 points, sorry. Let's go with group number 2 again.
Teacher, sorry for the
Yes.
last sentences. Is a sequence, but is a sequence? Is it the past to?
Yes. So what happens is maybe in a sequence, cuando es una secuencia, ahí podríamos decir si es una secuencia lógica, pero ese de la secuencia lógica va más como, por ejemplo, una rutina, ¿no? Entonces yo me levanté y me cepillé los dientes. En ese caso, sería como
Una acción.
los dos pasados. Aquí es como después de que él había trabajado tanto, enfermó. O sea, ese trabajo duro terminó y después fue que ocurrió su enfermedad.
Okay.
All right, this is it. Okay, sorry, who I called? No one? Okay, for group 1, let's go with Xiomara.
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay.
When Julie got home from her holiday, the flat was a mess. John had a party.
John had a party?
Yes.
All right, let's check. John had a party. Había tenido una fiesta. Ok, después de que ella volvió a casa, la casa era un desastre, John había tenido una fiesta. No points in this case. For group number 2, let's go quickly. Maybe Marla?
Teacher number 5.
5, all right. It's a question.
Why
It's difficult.
were they had?
Again, can you repeat?
Why were they had dinner before they come to the party? No.
No, the question in Spanish sería, ¿Por qué ellos habían cenado antes de venir a la fiesta? Sería, why had they had? Se repite el had como auxiliar y el have como verbo principal, ¿no? Why had they had dinner? Porque ellos habían cenado o habían comido la cena antes de venir a la fiesta. Antes de que vinieran a la fiesta. Right? So yeah, this is a bit more difficult. This was a bit more difficult. And let's go with team number 2. Team number 2. Mandy?
Yes, teacher, number 14.
Number 14.
He he doesn't copy the homework. Ah, no.
Esto va al final. At school, Jim quickly copied the homework that he
Jim. Teacher help.
No. In Spanish, trata de pensarla. Jim rápidamente copió la tarea que no. ¿Cómo sería? Que no.
He didn't do.
All right. No. That he hadn't done. Que no había hecho.
Okay.
Right? The homework that he hadn't done. All right. So we have a tie for now. Team 1 and team number 2. Estamos empatados. We are not going to finish the activity because we have another one, writing and speaking, and I want you to have enough time to finish it in class. So we are going to stop with this for now and start our next activity. Let me explain to you what we have to do in this part. I will send you the link for you to write. So you are going to get in pairs, in couples, and I will show you different situations, okay? You are going to write 2 explanations for each situation. One is realistic, so for real life, and the other can be fiction, like creative or imaginative, all right? For example, I have one situation here. I walked into class, but I didn't recognize anyone. Llegué al salón, entré a la clase, pero no reconocí a nadie. Esa es la situación. So I have 2, a fact and a fiction. Fact es la explicación más realista, fact, and fiction es la explicación que ustedes van a dar más creativa, ¿no? O curiosa. So my explanation was, I didn't recognize anyone because I had entered the wrong classroom. ¿Por qué no reconocí a nadie? Porque había entrado al salón equivocada, ¿no? I had entered the wrong classroom. Y la explicación de ficción o creativa sería, I didn't recognize anyone because I had lost my memory, ¿no? Porque había perdido mi memoria. Right? So you are going to use the past perfect to give an explanation to each situation. Okay? Are we clear on what we have to do?
Teacher, in a couple?
Yes. You will work in couples.
In couples, the situation is depend the participants. For example, in the room, it seats 3 people. Then write 3 situations.
No, look, I have the presentation here. I'm going to show you now. So I have sorry. Can you read the situations I have?
Yes, teacher.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope to do at least 3. If we can do 5, great. But let's do at least 3 situations, ¿ok? Entonces, si hacemos al menos 3 situaciones, serán 6 explicaciones, ¿no? Para cada situación van 2 explicaciones. Entonces, ustedes tienen 5 opciones, eligen 3 por lo menos, 3 situaciones, ¿ok? Acá pueden escribir simplemente situación número 2, no tienen que volverla a escribir, simplemente número 2 y escriben fact y debajo fiction, ¿no? Las 2 explicaciones. O number 5, fact y debajo la fiction, ¿ok? Depending on the situation that you choose. All right?
Yes, teacher.
Sorry, I
All
didn't
right,
pay
guys.
attention. We only have to choose 2 situations.
3. At
3?
least 3. Por lo menos 3 situaciones de las que tenemos acá. Entonces, para cada situación hay 2 explicaciones. Una es un hecho real que pueda ser, pues, plausible, ¿no? Y otro que es ficción, que sea más creativo, whatever you want to write, ¿ok? Explanation for the situation. All right, guys? Let's create the groups. I'm sharing the link with
teacher.
you. Yes. Let's see with the link. So remember, room 1 is slide number 1, room 2 is slide number 2, etc., etc. All right? Let's start. ¿Alguien está desde 2 dispositivos? Creo.
Manuel
Manuel.
Sepúlveda.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let me put you in the group.
Manuela and Manuela.
Manuela, ¿también estás desde 2 dispositivos?
Yes, teacher, me too.
Okay. Vamos a volver a crear las salas. Just a moment, guys. Let me check. Crea un grupo de 3 estudiantes. No. All right, guys, let's start working. As soon as you finish, please come back. Una vez terminemos, volvemos a la sala de una vez, ¿ok? You can go. Vanessa and Jessica, please go to the breakout rooms. Hello, guys. Tell me.
Teacher, ¿cuál es este grupo?
Number 1.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right. I put you
Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
teacher.
I put you in this group because the other students hadn't entered. All right.
Only
Okay,
Marlon,
teacher,
teacher.
thank you.
Jessica left. Ya la pasé al otro grupo. Todavía está Carlos.
Okay. No, teacher.
Okay. Ujú.
Okay. Choose 3. 2.
Yes.
I took all the money out of my bank account and give it to charity.
It is took. Sí, tomé todo el dinero de mi cuenta y lo di a la caridad.
Okay. And number 3, I tried to unlock my front door, but the door would open. I walked down the street with a crowd of people following me. I arrived home completely wet on a sunny day. I drove to the shops and the roads were completely empty.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, hello. Sergio is not participating, right?
No, Sergio is here.
Yes, on the chat. All right.
Yes, teacher. I have a question. For example, facts is in present and fiction. No, fact is in present and fiction. We need to use past perfect. Yes.
No, both can be in past perfect. Look at my example. So give me just a second. I'll show you. So my examples were, I didn't recognize anyone because I had entered the wrong classroom. No reconocí a nadie porque había entrado en el salón incorrecto. Entonces, eso es la
Ah, yeah.
realidad, ¿no? Puede ser que sea realidad, no significa que sea presente, sino puede ser algo como real en la vida real, que entré o había entrado al salón equivocado, ¿no? Y la ficción era
Sí.
que no reconocía a nadie porque yo había perdido la memoria. Entonces, eso es como más
Ah, yeah.
de cuento, ¿no? De una
Please.
historia. This is it.
Okay, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
I am working in number 6 and Diego has working in number 2.
All right, perfect.
Maybe I took 10% of my money and gave it to charity. Porque no creo que todo el dinero al banco. Sería un porcentaje. Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, tell me.
Teacher, in this example, I took all the money out of my bank account and gave it to charity. Maybe it's fat. Or...
No, the situation, la situación es la misma para los dos, ¿no? Entonces, como el ejemplo que yo les di, entré al salón y no reconocí a nadie, esa es la situación. Una explicación real puede ser que porque yo había entrado al salón equivocado, fue que no reconocí a nadie. Y la explicación como de ficción es que no reconocí a nadie porque yo había perdido la memoria. ¿Ok?
Ah, okay.
Entonces, en cada una de las situaciones hay dos explicaciones que ustedes van a dar. Ustedes se inventan las dos, una de la realidad y otra que sea como de ficción, ¿no? Como de película. Entonces, por ejemplo, en esa que me preguntaste, yo di todo mi dinero a una cuenta de caridad. La explicación puede ser porque algo real, porque, no sé, mi esposo había deseado esto antes de morir, ¿no? Ese puede ser una explicación real. Y una explicación ficticia o de imaginación sería porque, ¿por qué? O algo como más así creativo. Yo le había dado todo el dinero a la caridad porque me había ganado la lotería,
Ah, okay.
¿no? Algo, por ejemplo. Entonces, para cada situación hay dos explicaciones, una más real y otra como de ficción. ¿Ok?
Okay, teacher. I understand.
Ujú.
Thank you.
Hello, girls. Vanessa and Jessica. Are you working?
Oh, teacher,
Hello, hello.
teacher, nos atrasamos porque tuvimos como un problema con Zoom.
Okay, I understand. Yes, I noticed that you were not connected. Noté que no estaban las dos conectadas en la sala. Entonces, pues si alcanzan a hacer por lo menos uno, está bien, ¿ok?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, girls. How are you doing?
Teacher, how do you say como pasar seguro o tranca? O sea, cuando uno pues,
Lock the door.
porque yo puse eso, la tercera. I had tried to unlock my front door, but the door wouldn't open. Y puse because I had and because my mom
I
had my
had
mom
locked. Had
because
locked.
my mom had locked with padlock.
Locked it.
Locked with padlock.
Mhm.
Con candado. ¿Está bien?
Let's see. With padlock, yes. This is the name. Con un candado.
Okay, teacher.
With
Thank you.
padlock. All right.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, guys. We finished?
Hello, teacher. Not yet.
No,
Not yet?
we just want to.
No.
Okay, no problem. I had invested all of my money in a new business, so I gave the rest to charity, all right? I had a vision for the Holy Mary telling me to do it, so I gave money to... This is very good. A good explanation. Then number 3, I tried to unlock my front door, but my door wouldn't open. I had drunk too much before, so I couldn't open my front door. And the fiction, somebody had changed all the building doors, so I couldn't open my door. Wow, guys, you can write a movie. Very interesting, your answers.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, very good.
Now the fourth.
Vision is possible como high is this point say record movie maybe. No.
Maybe with como can be and he or she is an actor and
Yes.
and he
All right, guys.
I don't finish.
No problem. Okay, you can finish when you have some time. I will check these tomorrow, so you can still finish. I want to show you Santiago's and Manuel because I thought it was very funny and it's a good example of what we can do, right? So they talk about, where is Manuel? Here, Manuel and Santiago. So they talk about number 2, they took the money out of the bank to give it to charity. The fact is that I had invested all my money in a new business, so I gave the rest to charity. It's good. Había invertido todo mi dinero en un nuevo negocio, entonces di el resto a la caridad. And the fiction is that I had a vision of the Holy Mary telling me to do it, so I gave my money to charity. La ficción fue que habían tenido una visión de la Virgen María diciéndoles que lo hicieran, okay? So this is what I was expecting, like a funny idea for you. Number 3, they say they unlocked the door, but the door wouldn't open. The fact is that I had drunk too much the night before, so I couldn't open. Había tomado mucho antes, no la pude abrir. Or the fiction is that somebody had changed all the building's doors, so I couldn't open mine. La ficción es que alguien había cambiado todas las puertas del edificio, entonces no pude abrir la mía. Okay? So you can use this as inspiration for or to finish your own sentences, all right? I will check this tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, so you can complete it if you need, okay? Thank you guys for participating, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, have a good night.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye,
Good night,
guys.
teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.